What's going on, all my toy collectors and Batman fans out there? It's your boy Ox. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Batman Arkham City video game figures by McFarlane. Now, these multiverse figures are part of a collector build wave, which means if you buy all 4 of these, they come with enough pieces to build one character, and that character is Solomon Grundy. So stay tuned as we crack them out of the box, take an up-close look at them, and introduce them to the rest of the toys that I have here in the Cave of Wonders. Stay tuned. Okay guys, here's taking a look at the front of the box. You can see it says DC Multiverse, collect to build. That's the character that you're going to be building towards. That's Solomon Grundy. I'm going to take a look at the front of each one of the boxes, but all the boxes are the same dimensions. All the artwork on the back is the exact same. So let's measure it out real quick. It's 7.5 inches wide by 11 inches tall by 2, almost 3 inches in depth. So if you're going to be keeping this in the box and displaying it on a shelf, that's how much shelf space you're going to need, okay? But taking a look, this is the Arkham City Batman skin. That's Solomon Grundy's feet that come with him, come in this box, and that's also Batman's grappling hook. Now, taking a look at Selina Kyle, Catwoman, you can see it comes with Solomon Grundy's body, comes with Catwoman's whip, and it also comes with Catwoman. And like I said, all the boxes are the exact same on the back. It just shows you how to build him, how to build Solomon Grundy, basically, and what part comes with each character. So that's it. And now taking a look at Ra's al Ghul, you can see it comes with Grundy's arms, comes with Ra's al Ghul, comes with his sword right there, and they all come with figure stands and cards. Taking a look at Oswald, you can see it comes with him. Comes with Grundy's head, it comes with his jacket, and it comes with the Penguin's cane right there. So, yeah. And like I said, all the same artwork. So, nothing different. So, let's go ahead and crack these babies out of the box. Okay, guys, this is them out of the box. As you can see, we have Penguin, we have Batman, Catwoman, and Ra's. And don't forget, we also have that Build-A-Figure piece of Solomon Grundy, which we'll take a look at him at the end. This is them with all their accessories inside their hand. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Penguin first. Okay, now here's taking a look at the Penguin. Starting off his collector card right here. You guys can pause that if you want to read up on him. Taking a look at his umbrella. Right there, it looks pretty cool. I like the sculpting. You can see the umbrella's face. Or excuse me, you can see the Penguin's face. You can actually see all the sculpting, so it looks like a real umbrella right there. That looks pretty cool. So, and all he does is just hold it in his hand. Now, let's go ahead and measure him out. Now, obviously, he is 6.5 inches, so he's going to be a little bit smaller than Batman, which he's supposed to be because he's the Penguin. And let's take a closer look at him. Now, his hat doesn't come off. His jacket doesn't come off. It's all hooked in. It does wobble around a little bit back here, but it does hinder his articulation in his legs. But yeah, taking a look at his face, great sculpt work. You can see his teeth. You can see the broken glass bottle in his eye, just like in the Arkham City video game. Great texture on his jacket right here. You can see all the fur right around his collar, right here, right around his hands. Yeah, man, I really like this figure as well. So really nothing on the back, but there is texture. So you can see the different texture in the different parts of his jacket. So let's go ahead and take a look at his articulation. His head does wobble around back and forth. It's on that ball joint, looks up, looks down. His arms come up to about there. They do swivel around. He does have bicep swivel right here. He does have double jointed elbows like that. His wrists do rotate. Now make sure you look inside of here and see where that hinges, just like with Catwoman, because if you can't see it, you don't want to bend his hand the wrong way that the hinge isn't going and break it off. So now he doesn't have any kind of ab crunch or upper torso swivel or anything like that, but his body does rotate back and forth just like that. His legs do come out just a little bit, but it's hindered right here by his jacket. So he has single jointed knees right there. His foot does pivot down, up and down, but it's kind of hard on mine. So, but maybe it's because of his pants legs right there. But they do rock back and forth just a little bit. But as you can see, his pants go over his shoes. So it's really kind of hard to get his feet to move the way you want them to. But yeah, that's pretty much a good look at it right there. You can see his little neck voice box right there. So yeah, I really like this figure as well. It looks really cool. All right, here's taking an up-close look at Catwoman real fast. This is her collector's card. McFarlane puts one of these with each one of his multiverse figures. You could pause this if you want to read up on it. This right here is her weapon accessory. It's a whip. It has great detail right here. Nice sculpting. Actually looks like a whip. Nice handle part right here. It's nice and big. It fits inside of her hand. Now it is stuck in this pose. You can stretch it out and move it around, but I don't see it wrapping around her waist and then staying like that if you're going to be posing her with her whip. But yeah, this is the shape that it comes in right here. So now taking a look at Catwoman up close. She has really great paint and sculpt work. Out of all four of the figures, besides Grundy, I haven't taken a look at him yet, but I like her the most. I love the paint on her lips, the way her nose looks, her eyes. I love all the different texturing inside of her cat suit, which I'll show you in a second, and all the little details they put in, like her kind of like brass knuckles right there. But yeah, her face looks really good. I love the paint work. She has like that blush right on her cheeks right here. So yeah, it looks really good. And her body isn't just a flat plastic, you know, it's the texture all right up in here. It's smooth in some parts. Her shoulders, as you can see right there, like on her bra part, whatever, it's a lot of texture. So it's not just smooth plastic. I get that a lot with like the Marvel Legend figures, to where it's just smooth plastic, and that aggravates me. It's like, man, do something extra. You know, they do that a lot with a lot of the Marvel Legends figures, where it's just smooth plastic. There's no kind of texture anywhere, and that aggravates me, especially when they cost more than the Multiverse figures. Now taking a look at her articulation, her head goes back and forth. It's on a ball joint, so it can look up, it looks down. Her shoulders come up to about there. They do swivel around. She doesn't have a bicep, or excuse me, she does have a bicep swivel. It's just really hard to get to because her arms are so small, but she does have a bicep swivel right here. She does have double jointed elbows. Her wrists do rotate, and they do go in and out. Just make sure you look really closely at the hinge right here in her hand, and you don't try and bend it without knowing what way the hinge is going, because you could end up breaking her hand. But yeah, that does go down. It does go back up. She does have an upper chest rotation right up here, which can swivel all the way around. It does have waist articulation. It does move around as well. Now, like most of the Multiverse figures, especially I noticed the women as well, they have like this like diaper kind of thing, a lot of people call it, but it kind of hides the joints. But it doesn't bother me, but this can move around. It's like thinner plastic, but yeah, it's meant to hide all her joints and stuff like that. Now her legs do kick up, they do go out. It's kind of like on a ratchet joint right there. She does have double jointed knees. She doesn't have boot or calf rotation or anything like that. Her foot does go up, it does go down. She does have toe articulation right here, so if you push on it, go ahead, mine's a little hard, but yeah, she does have toe articulation right there. It does swivel back and forth. She does have ankle pivot. So yeah, that's pretty much it for her. But yeah, she's a really awesome figure. I really like this figure. Like I said, out of all of them, I'm really excited to get her. So, and the Penguin looks pretty cool too. So let's go ahead and take a look at them. Okay, here's your boy Batman, starting off with his collector card right there. This is him inside of his Arkham City suit. You could pause that and read up on it real quick if you want. Let's take a look at his weapon, which is his grappling gun right there. Now, it's just all black. There's no extra paint on it or anything like that. I'm sure if any kind of customizers can paint this and make it look silver and stuff like that. But yeah, but you can see all the little details inside of his grappling gun. So that's pretty cool. Now let's go ahead and measure him out real fast. I'm sure he's going to be about, actually he's bigger than 7 inches. He's, man, from the top of his head, he's almost 7 1/4, and then with his bat ears, he's 7 3/4. So he's a little bit bigger than I was expecting him to be. But yeah, now let's go ahead and take an up close look at him. His eyes are white, just like it was in the video game. Great detail. Now, this sculpt kind of looks like the one that he came out with a couple years ago when he first got the DC license for the Arkham Asylum. But I'll go ahead and I'll pull that out and we'll do a comparison. But from what I see, it kind of looks the same. But we'll go ahead and take a look at that. But yeah, man, I really like the way he looks. I like his arm guards right here, his gauntlets. I like his utility belt. Yeah, great texture. As you can see right here, you can see different. It's not just smooth right here. You can see the little bumps right here. So I like his boots. Yeah, McFarlane always does a great job with these figures. You rarely ever get the same sculpt. So unless it's like a variant, like a gold label or something. So yeah, I love how this looks. Now his head is on a ball joint, so it rotates all the way around, does look up, does look down. His arms do come up, but they can't, well, I guess you can rotate them. Yeah, this cape doesn't move or doesn't come off, but he does have bicep swivel right here. He has single jointed elbows. That's why I think this is based off of the old mold that he had. So his wrist does rotate around. It does go in. It does go out. He does have an upper chest swivel right up in here, which goes all the way around. His waist does rotate right here. You can't see it because it's hidden by his belt right there. His legs do come out to about there. Like I said, they're on that ratchet joint right there. So they do come up, they do come out. Now, he doesn't have any kind of thigh cut or thigh swivel, which I noticed that on Catwoman as well. They don't have that. But he does have double jointed knees. Doesn't have any kind of boot rotation or calf rotation right there. His foot does go up, does go down. It does rock back and forth. He does have toe rotation or whatever, or toe articulation right up in there. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. That's an up close look at the Batman from Arkham City. Let's go ahead and move on to Ra's real quick. Okay, taking a look at Ra's al Ghul. This is his collector's card right here. You can pause it and read up on him if you want. Taking a look at his weapon, he just comes with a sword. This is actually a really cool sword. I like all the detail that they put into it. You can see they put some words right here inscribed in the metal. You can see the dragon's head right on the, I think this is called a kilt on the handle right here. But I like the texture work. I like all that attention to detail. They actually did that to this figure a lot. They put a lot of dragon detail into him. So I like that. Let's measure him out real fast. He is standing straight up. He is 7.5 inches. And let's take a closer look at him. Taking a look at his face, he looks really good. I have a few complaints on this figure actually. One is I don't like how pale he is. That bothers me. I wish he was a little bit darker. I might be able to do something like that with some black wash or whatever. But yeah, I don't like how pale he is first. And kind of has the whole Wolverine thing going. I know that's the way he looked inside the video game, but I didn't really like the design they went with him. But I do like all the dragon detail that they put on his chest right here. They also put it on his belt. So, you know, it definitely lets him stand out. You can see his dragon tattoos right there. So, yeah, a lot of good sculpting on this figure, man. I really like that. I don't have any complaints on the sculpting. The issues that I have are with the paint, basically, and with his articulation, which you'll see in a minute. So, taking a look at his articulation, his head's on a ball joint. It doesn't go very far up, doesn't go down due to his collar right there. His arms come up to there. He does have bicep swivel. He has double jointed elbows. His wrists do rotate around. They do go in. They do go out. Just like all the other figures, just make sure you look right there for where it's supposed to move at, because you don't want to bend it the wrong way and end up bending the plastic or breaking the plastic. Now, he doesn't have any kind of upper chest articulation, any kind of ab crunch. His waist doesn't even swivel around. I thought it was because this piece right here was a separate piece than what's underneath right here by his neck, but it isn't. It just doesn't move at all. Now, he does have a waist swivel, but it's underneath his belt right there. So it does rotate all the way around. Maybe they just couldn't do that up here. I'm not really for sure. His legs do kick out to about there. They do kick out to here. They're on that ratchet joint right there. He doesn't have any kind of thigh cut right here, anything like that. No kind of thigh rotation. He does have double jointed knees, which kind of look funny because he has pants on, like baggy pants, so it kind of looks funny when you're posing the figure. He doesn't have any kind of boot rotation right here, right there. Now, his feet, as you can see right here, you can actually see it right there. It has 2 joints. So this is his foot, this is his ankle, and that's his calf muscle right there. And it kind of looks funny. So his foot does go up. It does go down, but this whole thing swivels right there, as you can see, which is kind of weird. So it doesn't stop him from being posed. He does have ankle rotation and everything like that. He does have toe articulation that goes up and goes down, but I always think that's kind of weird. I don't know why that's there. You can see it. See, it's 1 piece, 2 piece, and then 3 piece. And so it all rotates, which I guess it's kind of weird. I don't know why they did that. But yeah, that's just one of my complaints that I have just with the Ra's al Ghul figure is the less articulation, the weird articulation, the fact that he's so pale from living out in the desert. You think he'd be burning up out there. But yeah, other than that, that's a look at Ra's al Ghul. Now let's take a look at that Build-A-Figure, okay? Okay, guys, now here's all the pieces that it takes to collect and build this Solomon Grundy. You can see he has 2 legs, 2 arms, his head, his body, and then he has his vest. So let's go ahead and snap him together and take a close look at him, okay, guys? Okay, let's start off with his legs. Make sure you get the right leg. It looks like it just snaps right into there. If you guys can see it. There we go. Yep, snapped in. Take the other. Make sure you guys hear the snap, okay? Because I thought it was in and it wasn't. There you go. Yep, I heard the snap. Now make sure you guys put his vest on first before you guys snap in his arms, okay? So if you snap on his arms, you're not going to be able to slide this vest on. So go ahead and snap that on. Grab his right arm. It's on that little ball hinge right there. Now, if you guys have any trouble, make sure you heat this up, okay? Under some hot water. So grab his other one. There we go. I heard it snap. He's in there. Let's grab his little midget head. It's on that little ball right there. Just got to kind of snap this on. Don't give me no... There we go. Yeah, not a whole lot of issue. All right, let's back the camera up and take a closer look at him, all right? Okay, guys, now that I got them all snapped together, let's take a look at his size real fast. He is about 8¼ inches. So I would expected him to be a lot taller, just like he was in the video game. Especially being a Build-A-Figure piece, I thought he would have been a lot bigger. At least maybe Killer Croc size, the one that McFarlane did a little while ago, that Arkham Asylum Killer Croc. I thought maybe he would have been about his size, but we'll do a size comparison. I know that there was a DC Direct Solomon Grundy from the video game years ago. Obviously, that figure was about $100, and he was a lot bigger, and this piece came off right here. But yeah, other than that, man, the sculpt work, the painting looks really good. I mean, look at them eyes, look at the teeth, look at his nose. Yeah, look at all these veins and stuff like that sticking out. All of the stitching right here. Yeah, look at that. That looks really good. The chains could use a little bit of black wash, but that's something I could do myself. His pants, you see the texture on them right there. Look, it actually looks like real fabric. So I really like this. My major complaint is the size. I would have wanted him to be bigger, but I'm going to take whatever I can get, especially for the price point that McFarlane does. So taking a look at his head, it does rotate back and forth. It will go all the way around, but it'll pop off because his jacket right here hinders it. His arms do come up to about there. He doesn't have any kind of bicep swivel. I know it looks like it because he has this giant stitching right there, but it doesn't. He has single jointed elbows going to about there. His wrists do rotate. You can see they do have a hinge right here, so they do go in, they do go out. He doesn't have any kind of ab crunch or upper torso, but his waist does move around like that, probably move all the way around. And then his legs come up to about there. They're on that ratchet thing right there. So, or excuse me, are they? Yeah, they are on that ratchet thing. Yep, and legs come up to about there. He doesn't have any kind of thigh cut right here. He has single jointed knees right there. No kind of boot cut or anything like that right here. His foot does go up. It does go down. He does have toe articulation. He does have ankle pivot right there on both sides. So yeah, man, this figure does look really good. I mean, I like it. I just, like I said, my major complaint is the size. I would want him to be a lot bigger. Let's go ahead and put them all together and let's do a couple comparisons. Okay, guys? Okay, now this is them all together. As you can see, Grundy is bigger than Batman. I would like him to be a lot bigger. Maybe like a mega figure, how McFarlane does those mega figures for about $40. I would have really liked it to be a lot bigger. I would have paid that money because I expected him to be massive like he was in the video game. But great detail. They all look good together. Let's go ahead and take a look at this Arkham City Batman compared to the Arkham Asylum and the Arkham Knight Batman that McFarlane has already done. Okay, guys? Okay, now here we have all three of the Batmans from the video game that he's already came out with. The Arkham Asylum, the Arkham City, and the Arkham Knight Batman. He hasn't came out with the Arkham Origins one yet. But taking a look at them, they all look amazing. I do have to say that I was right, that this is the exact same sculpt. There is differences, but it's the exact same sculpt. Now, they do come with different weapons. He has a grappling gun, he has a batarang and a bat bomb, and this Arkham Knight figures has a batarang, and then he has the explosive gel right there in his hand. But yeah, these two, the Arkham Knight and the Arkham Asylum figures, are the exact same sculpt. There are differences, which I'll show you in a minute, but as you can see, the legs, you look up close on the boots right there, the exact same boots, same legs, same chest, actually same utility belt. This one just has a black wash on the older one. The Arkham City one doesn't have that black wash on it. Different chest emblems though. As you can see, this bat symbol right here is a lot bigger. This right here is a lot skinnier. Different head sculpts. You can tell in the chin. Let me go ahead and see if I can. There you go. Yep. So different head sculpts though, but the same up here in the cape, same right up to the neck, same arms. There is different gauntlets though. As you can see, the Arkham City one has different gauntlets than the Arkham Asylum one right there on his arms. So, but the same hands. His hands are just painted right. His knuckles are just painted right there, and his knuckles aren't. But yeah, the exact same figure. And it looks, like I said, still looks really good. They switched it up by adding extra things, but they still look really good. But yep. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the Catwomans that I have. Okay. Okay, this right here is a comparison of the Mattel Arkham City figures that I have compared to the new McFarlane figures that I have. This right here is like in a gray wash, kind of like what it was on the front poster for the Arkham City game. So, and as you see, they're almost about the same height. A lot of the same articulation actually. As you can see, this Catwoman's shades are over her eyes compared to this one that isn't. You can see her face. So now I would take them apart, but I have this plastic piece kind of holding these two together, and it took me a lot of work to tie that in. That way you guys can't see it when it was sitting on my shelf. But yeah, man, these two look really cool together. I'm really excited that McFarlane decided to do these Arkham game figures because I missed out on a lot of them. So yeah, now let's go ahead and take a look at all the figures from the Arkham series that he's already made, and we'll put them all together and let you guys see them all, okay? Okay guys, I know I mentioned it earlier with how small Solomon Grundy looks. I wanted to do a size comparison with him and Killer Croc, also by McFarlane, and let you guys see the size difference. Like I said, he should definitely be a lot bigger in my opinion. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and just put him on a stand when I display him with the rest of the Arkham figures. That way he looks more menacing and more bigger behind all the rest of them. So yeah, I just wanted to do that quick size comparison, okay? Let's go ahead and take a look at all the figures that I have in the Arkham line. Starting over here, you can see that we have the Arkham Asylum Batman, Deathstroke, Solomon Grundy. We have Oswald Cobblepot, the Penguin, Joker, Catwoman, the new Arkham City Batman, the Titan Joker, Ra's al Ghul. We have the Arkham Knight Scarecrow, the Arkham Knight himself. We have Killer Croc. We have the Arkham Knight Batman. And then we have the Arkham Knight Batmobile, which isn't in scale with these figures. That's for the 3 3/4, 4-inch figures that I have. But yeah, that's an up close look at all the figures that I have so far. I know they're also going to be, they also have a Riddler and they also have a Red Hood. And I'm sure they're going to be doing more of them to complete this line. But yeah, that's a close look at all the figures that I have so far. Okay guys, that was a look at the Multiverse Arkham City video game figures by McFarlane. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you enjoy my content, and make sure you guys stay tuned because we're also going to be taking a look at the Red Hood and the Riddler from the Arkham video game series. Alright guys, stay tuned. Have a good one. Oh, you want to be difficult, hey? But yeah, there you go. His arms snap right into place. Oh man!